because they allow me to. Man, I'm never gonna get used to the smell of Indian people. Sorry, dude. It's just like the curry, the rice, and the BO combined. It's brutal. Farther ahead, eradicating poverty. If the United States would have just stayed the hell out of the way. It's so disgusting what we've done to the entire world.
If you add up all such regime change operations by the United States between 1945 and 1989, at the end of the Cold War, one scholar, Lindsay O'Rourke, in an excellent book in 2017 called Covert Regime Change, and she was a student of John Mearsheimer at the time, she counted 64 covert regime change operations by the United States, mostly CIA-led.
We packing up. We about to hit the road, folks. So I had to get gear in my, I had to get a change of clothes. It's gonna be 50 degrees there when we get out there, so about to see how a toot-toot driver gets us to and from the airport. It's gonna be interesting. All right, guys, we are off. And that's back there. She said some good cheese food at an airport. Really good at this point. That's the bar we were at today, playing pool. Route to the airport. I don't even know if you guys can hear me on these videos or if they're fucking insanely loud, but we made it up out of Dar es Salaam, and the airport's not even like 8 minutes away. Our flight leaves in about 3 hours, so should be plenty of time. These are tiny airports. Should be smooth sailing from here on out. Heading to Madagascar. We're gonna flight here at night. All right, guys, I'm gonna catch you when we get to the airport. I'm gonna save battery. So, I think I'm getting swindled for another 3,000. I couldn't get an Uber ride to the airport. I got dropped off at a gas station. Santi, sir. Santi. All right, so we made it to the airport. We just got swindled for another 4,000. So, pretty sure these taxi drivers are up on it. Like, I go, Terminal 3, and he dropped me off. You guys can see, it's past those signs. Yeah, it's way past those signs at a gas station. That's like right here. And I go, no, Terminal 3. He goes, no, here. This, no, like me, I can go, or some shit I couldn't hear. So I'm like, what the f? So I start to go, okay, well, I'll just walk my ass up there. It's just a paved road. It's just a, half mile. And I get to start to go walk. He says, no, pointing at the fucking bikes or some shit. I'm like, what? What's going on? He says, no. And the guy comes over. He says, I take you, man. Wait, I take you. And he carries my suitcase, picks my suitcase up and starts to walk over here. I'm like, I don't know how much this is going to cost me. I do now. 4,000 shillings. So it's like, I don't know, $1.50. 15,000 is $5. I should probably check that. I've been saying 15 is like, I think that's like my mental, like, and we need to do some math on that. I think I've been spending way less, and I've probably been spending way more. Let me check the math on that. But yeah, in order to do that, I have to use my other phone because every time you upgrade, so you get these 10G data passes here in Tanzania, and when they run out.
Welcome to T-Mobile. Tell me, how can I help you today?
My international data pass is not working on one of my phones.
Many network and device-related issues can be resolved by resetting your device.
Yes, I tried that.
Turn your device off.
All right, folks. So we're out here at the airport. I have a friggin' donut. I have a cinnamon roll. I don't know it's not the greatest, but it's American-ish. Not that I miss American food. I'm not complaining about that garbage. What I miss is a gosh damn steak. I miss my protein shakes. I miss my eggs. I miss my peanut butter. I miss raw milk here. In America, I'm about that life. I couldn't tell if the milk was raw, if it was pasteurized, if it was, I don't know, it's weird. I don't want to fuck with it. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like shit after just carb loading that, like complete sugar carb overload. Ugh, I'm feeling rough right now. I need to go check in. Listen to my boy, Financial Physics on X. If you guys haven't heard this guy, follow them. You should check him out. His takes are crazy, like, but they're like realistic. Like this shit needs to happen. You guys know when you shit you want to say that'll get you taken offline. But if you articulate it in a way that's creative enough, you get the point across. He's really good at that. Fucking funny as hell too. He fucking despises the U.S. dollar, the Fed, cops. Yeah. So we're headed to Terminal 2. This is the international terminal. You guys don't know what it's like. Squatting. Like, I mean, it takes you back to like I said, it's like Tanzania. This trip to Tanzania legit reminded me of America. Like 1850s is the best way I can describe it. This is the airport right here. So, oh shit, I was fucking vlogging in 1X. Sorry, folks. You guys probably had to zoom in on my chest or. Alright, let's do this. Get ourselves through TSA. We'll be golden, man. See how much it's gonna cost us to check these bags. Hopefully, one's included. And I forget if it was, I think it's your carry-ons included. You have to pay to have the check bag, so I don't think it's gonna cost me any more. You know, it's already gonna pay in the first place, but yeah, we'll see. We'll have to find out. I'm going to Madagascar.
So you can have a ticket.
Yeah, ticket. So, I don't know how that worked out, but I didn't have to pay to check any bags. Weird. All right, so it looks like I think we gotta go this way. Departure to all gates. Yes, that is us. Departure to all gates. So I just got the change. We got our new kicks on. Got our new pants on. Everything smells kind of ripe, if you will. Not ripe, it's weird. It's like a, man, this president, man, just blows my mind. It's like we're in North Korea. I'd like to know how she was elected too. I heard she was installed when magically the president of Tanzania was assassinated during COVID-19 because he was refusing to follow the CDC's orders. It'll be very interesting to look into and see circumstances behind his magical. Where are you from? South Africa? Yes. Nice. Headed back? Heading home?
Yes, heading home.
You born and raised there?
Born in Botswana, originally in South Africa.
How's it? Is it safe down there right now, or is it crazy?
It's alright, it's not too bad.
Not too bad?
Yeah.
Not too good though, huh?
My friend,
Yes, sir.
you go home.
Home?
Yeah, now you go home.
No, I gotta go to Madagascar and then back here, then home.
Oh, okay, my friend.
Yes. Thank you.
This one.
So, we off, baby. I miss you. So yeah, I want to look into how, if anybody's been watching this, I would love to know how, if you dig into it. President of Tanzania, did he pass away, or was he assassinated? He was assassinated. I would love to hear how she became. Dude, it's like so crazy. If our government played a role in that, which I have no doubt, like who else carries out regime changes? Who else assassinates world leaders and thinks they can get away with it? Oh,
So,
how 4.5 hour?
yeah.
Oh wow, yeah, it's fucked. Right. I drove 26 hours across Tanzania while I was here, man.
Oh, wow.
I'm not used to the. I've never seen poverty that bad as, and I want to say, I always, is it poverty? Yeah, I guess it is.
I feel like
Let's go, baby. We made it. Whew. It's gonna be a long, long 8 hours. What time is it now? Shit, I wish I knew. It's 2:22, so our flight leaves at. We're still on time. So we got Addis Ababa. We're flying into Addis Ababa, whatever the hell that is. And then we get there at 1:45 p.m. So that'll give us time to get a little lay of the land before it gets dark. We're flying out of D3 Zone 4, Gate C12. C12. C3, 366. We can get Oscar some coffee, man. It's the least we could do for our dude. He's a fucking coffee snob, so freaking coffee. I can't even say, yeah, Bob, I'll get myself in trouble, man. All right. So earlier we were standing next to a guy that had just left South Africa. He was leaving for South Africa from Tanzania. I started talking to him. How is it there? He said, oh man, it's not that bad. See, I'm actually in Cape Town, which is, if you're in Cape Town, it's not as bad as some of the other areas, but
Turkish Airlines flight number
I think we're going 12.
is calling out for passenger Okur Savas and passenger Senkulu Mehmet Ofuk.
C12. So yeah, for the record, I was pretty close. It's like 13,400 shillings is $5, so roughly 15,000 shillings is $5 or $6. Well, not probably $6. Just say it's $5. And then the Madagascar time zone is the exact same as here, so I'm not losing or gaining any time. It's gonna be 10 hours of travel. Oh, it's gonna be a long travel. So we're gonna take a nap here and wait for an hour, and then we're gonna get on this flight. I'm chilly, so I'm gonna grab my hoodie. Catch up with you guys here in a little bit. Peace. All right, boys, we off. We off to Madagascar. So what we're getting ourselves into here is the child prostitution capital of the world. It is the absolute breakdown of civilization. It is government failing on every level, society failing on every level, and the root cause, as always, I'm sure, is Israel, the United States government, or some sick, twisted, corrupt government. But it's normally a combination of all the above. So let's go liberate these poor children from the crushing death grip at the United States government, most likely their government, has had upon the world. Let's do a little bit of research. We just landed in Addis Ababa. All right. Ma'am, how do I say the name of this town? What city and country are we in?
Ethiopia, Addis Ababa.
Addis Ababa?
Yes, it's the city.
Thank you. Ethiopia, I didn't know that. Huh. Guess I was going into Ethiopia.
It is. It's a winter season for us.
It's a winter season?
Yeah, for us.
Wait, what? And they think the earth is around.
He's gonna die.
this out. I wonder what's in. That's all 8, but like Gaza or something. Oh no, it's probably cargo. All right. Yeah, baby, Ethiopia. Next stop, Madagascar. So I was doing a little bit of research into, like what keeps these countries in these perpetual states of corruption. And it's all basically by design of the United States government, from carrying out regime changes to destabilize these nations. And then as they destabilize them, they're actually profiting in enormous ways. And one of the big highlights is Iran. That's 1954, when we carried out that regime change and just basically toppled their government, installed a ruthless killer dictator who ruled the country with an iron fist. We now have the Anatolia. And it's that time for the world to wake up and see what the United States government has done to the rest of the world. It's just like we're just a pariah, we're a parasite, we're a fucking nuisance. And if China takes Taiwan and Russia takes Europe, that's the best thing that could happen to the world. Because you're going to watch these nations thrive, and I mean thrive. But when you see like from a technology standpoint, you don't want the entire world being awake and competing with you. You just don't. You don't need it. You don't want it. From a technology standpoint, it's like, no shit. You can obviously tell and see the huge advantage for the United States staying that international superpower. It's bizarre. I always wonder what everybody else talks about and thinks about. But I read this tweet from Andrew Tate. It's like, that spark that you had inside yourself when you were a kid, the hope, the optimism, positivity. COVID destroyed that for everybody. And not one person's been held accountable. And then you look at what Trump's doing right now, and you go back to going, dude, like a lot of shit that we kind of just, like, it was really bizarre how your mindset shifted. And you went from going, Trump's this great fucking savior of the world. And, but yeah, so you go from thinking that Trump's this great savior to going, oh wait, Operation Warp Speed. Yeah, that was all Trump. Oh, okay. Oh, they have some beautiful. Going from Trump's here to save us to going, oh yeah, that dude led Operation Warp Speed. And you're like, oh yeah, we're going to have accountability, we're going to have arrests, we're going to have decoupling from Israel. And his entire cabinet is Israel first lunatics, to the point where Elon started his own political party, which I can't wait to kick off. I'm pro-supportive of it, huge supporter of it. And here we are. And now we're in all these countries, and you're going around these countries and you go, oh yeah, no, Trump's not trying to fix anything. Rubio's not trying to fix anything. Rubio is the deep state puppet for Israel and the Israel First Industrial Complex. The Israel First Industrial Complex. Industrial First, Industrial Complex, the IFIC. Next checkpoint. So this is our transfer. So our next flight leaves at 8:45. I have no idea what time it is right now. I should probably figure that one out, huh? I'm pretty sure like a 3 or 4 hour layover. International data doesn't work, so hopefully I got a cell phone, or I got a fast track connecting passengers. Let's do that. We'll go jump on that one way down there. Alright guys, we just made it through pre-check customs early, transfer checkpoint kind of thing. We had to go through TSA again. It's always bizarre to me. It's like I didn't get off the fucking plane. Why am I going through TSA again? But who knows?
Can we come back?
Shit, I don't have my mic in. Alright, so we made it through TSA checkpoint. It's very interesting seeing what looks like Chinese. South Africa. That's where we're headed next, maybe. Me and Oscar are gonna do some crazy things. I'm just praying to gosh that this trip's a banger and I get the coverage and the funding that I need. Either way, I think these vlog style videos like I did with the net are gonna be huge hits because they allow me to, man, I'm never gonna get used to the smell of fucking Indian people. Sorry, dude. It's just like the curry, the rice, and the BO combined, it's brutal. You know what's crazy is I thought, like, maybe I just didn't get close enough to the beach part, but I thought for sure I would see at least one person in Tanzania that, like, Annette was by far, I think, one of the prettiest girls there. I thought for sure I would see, you know, like in America, you walk around, you're just like, oh my Lord. You walk everywhere, you're just, oh my Lord. And here, it just wasn't the case. Even in Ethiopia, I was like, wow, I've seen much more attractive females than I have in Tanzania, which is crazy to me. I thought for sure. Now, granted, I was in, you know, those poverty areas, those poor areas, but even, like, I've seen people go on to the Philippines and, like, into certain areas, and you see these gorgeous, beautiful women. You're like, wow. And in Tanzania, no, that wasn't the case. So I was very surprised on that. I'm very, 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 very surprised. So I was doing a little bit of research into Madagascar and these countries and, you know, what really leads to these really, really bad poverty levels. And one of the things that we've learned is that the United States government goes in because of the IMF and they need their currency to be valued on a global stage. And if the IMF says, nope, you have inflation, you've printed too much money, they just decide to tank your currency. So your currency can never be stronger, of a more strong currency than the dollar, because the IMF constantly keeps you into a point where you're dependent on these loans. And they know that no government is going to take that loan and actually use it correctly. Besides Bukele. Bukele's like 1 in a million. So what you see here is you see these governments that take these loans, they don't properly use them. And then that leads to having to take on more loans, more debt, more money owed to the IMF.
Back in 2008, Gaddafi told the African leaders that the World Bank is not a bank. It's a noose, a chain. He was right. Today, African debt stands at over $650 billion. We are drowning in interest while our children die without hospitals. In Libya, we refused the IMF. We built homes, gave free education, free electricity, even marriage grants, all without borrowing a dollar. That's why they had to kill us. We were proof that Africa could live without begging. Debt is not mismanagement. It's warfare. The IMF lends with one hand and takes your future with the other. They say, cut subsidies, sell your water, privatize education. And when the people rise up, they send in the peacekeepers, as they call them. You can't liberate a nation that lives on borrowed money. Liberation means owning your banks, your land, your production. Our martyrs knew this. Sankara knew this. Nkrumah knew this. And Gaddafi proved it. The question is, will we choose freedom, or will we keep living on financial life support?
And where you end up as, you end up in, they force these nations to privatize certain sectors. specifically oil and natural gas, natural resources. And who comes in to privatize them? The US companies. And who controls the interest of them? Oh, OPEC and Israel. So what you see is these countries that have been thrust into these perpetual states of corruption so that the United States government can literally exploit your country. Iran said, no, F you, we're gonna privatize our oil and natural gas. And what did we do in 1954? We carried out a regime change. We installed a dictator who literally, I believe, was dumping white phosphorus onto citizens. Like, he slaughtered millions and millions of Christians in his country and Muslims. This is what the United States does. Guys, the United States government is not your ally. The last country in the world you want to be an ally with is the United States. Go become allies with Russia. Go become allies with China. When is the last time you heard about Russia carrying out a regime change? When is the last time you heard about China getting involved in a war? Oh, they don't, because they put the citizens of their country first. And that's what we need to have happen here in America. And it's not going to happen under the Trump administration. He sold us out. These trade deals, are your taxes lower? Oh, we ran an entire campaign on tax-free tips. No tax on tips. No tax on tips. He didn't run a campaign on no tax on tips for the first 15,000, the first 20,000, and that's what you got. You voted for mass deportation, and now he's going to give mass amnesty to every farmer in America. And you want to know what happens when you give amnesty? Guess what? They all get to sponsor and bring in their next of kin. So you take in 1 million farmers, you're going to get 10 million of their family and relatives. Wake up, America. We're getting played. We're getting sold down the river, and we're getting absolute shit on. Every country I go to has cheaper taxes and pays less in taxes than we do. And we pay 53% of every penny you make as an American citizen is being taken by this government that hates you and is trying to literally kill you. Project Operation Warp Speed, I know we all wanted to give Trump a pass on that, including myself. It's like, oh, we got accountability coming. Where is it? Where is the accountability? It's not coming. Trump's destroying our country, he's destroying the world. And at the end of this, you're going to have literally every nation on earth hating America. People are saying death to America. They're not saying death to the citizens of America. They're saying death to America as this wrecking ball, this dumpster fire that is a plague on all of humanity. So hopefully people wake up. I'm in Ethiopia right now, and I'm looking around, again, at a beautiful country that probably would be at least 10, if not 100 times more advanced, decades farther ahead, eradicating poverty. If the United States would have just stayed the hell out of the way. It's so disgusting what we've done to the entire world.
If you add up all such regime change operations by the United States between 1945 and 1989, at the end of the Cold War, one scholar, Lindsay O'Rourke, in an excellent book in 2017 called Covert Regime Change, and she was a student of John Mearsheimer at the time, she counted 64 covert regime change operations by the United States, mostly CIA-led, and 6 overt regime change operations, meaning an open war to topple another government. So 70 regime change operations. This is a very distinct kind of statecraft. It is the opposite of diplomacy. You don't have to deal with the other side, you have to control it, or overthrow it, kill it, assassinate the leader, make a coup, fix an election, buy an election, create unrest to topple a regime. And this happened 64 times covertly. What does covert mean? Covert means that the U.S. denied its role, even though it was obvious to the people there. So when these events occurred, they're not really covert in the sense of who did this. Everyone says the United States did it, but the United States said, we didn't have anything to do with it. That wasn't us, that was a local unrest. So I mention all of this because that kind of arrogant statecraft, which is imperial mentality, was the U.S. mentality from 1945 to 1991. It was justified to the American people as necessary because of the war against global communism. So that was the explanation that was given, and especially against the Soviet Union. And the United States accused the Soviet Union of wanting to take over the world, and it used that as an explanation to try to take over the world, every other place. And very importantly and interestingly, the United States rejected neutrality by any country and used the expression, if you are not with us, you are against us.
I had something really important there to say, and I always lose these track of thoughts. And I was going to try to get it back, but it's not coming. So maybe it'll come in the next one. Do me a favor, smash that like button, share this content. Drop some comments below. Let me know if you still are drinking the MAGA Kool-Aid, if you still think Trump's going to come in and save your life. Because you want to know what I would be doing? If I was 18 to 26, I'd be getting my money out of the country. I'd be putting it into Bitcoin. And then what I would be doing is I'd be looking outside of this country to make investment opportunities. I'd be looking to do real estate in somewhere like Tanzania. If you can find a fixer, you can find somebody you trust, you can just travel there. You're going to meet somebody. Like everybody there needs money. Everybody there wants money. You can say, hey, listen, I want to become partners with you. You make a friend there very, very quick. I want to become partners with you. You just need a girlfriend or a wife. If you have a girlfriend or wife, you can buy property and real estate in Tanzania. So you just literally need to find somebody that says, hey, listen, I'll give your family, I don't know, you could say anything. Let's just say it was 1 million shillings. Let's say it was 10% of whatever your income was. So let's say if you're going to do, you're going to rent out 10 million shillings a year, give them 1 million shillings. They're happy as shit. And now you can build out literally an empire. Real estate empire, and your ROI on that is 2.5 years. So if you invest, let's just say 15 million shillings is roughly, well, actually it's about 13.5 million shillings would be the equivalent of $10,000. So for $10,000, you can take and you can ROI on that in 2.5 years. So it's basically like a 40% ROI year on year. So that's what you're making on your money. You're making 40% interest by developing and building real estate in Dar es Salaam. And you're watching these countries that are third world countries that have so many people, and the education's going up, the schooling is going up, the infrastructure is going up. You're going to watch these countries like Africa. I don't see them being in any threat for any type of natural disasters. So that being said, folks, hopefully you guys enjoy this content. That's how I know I'm out of shape. I just got a breath talking and walking up 2 flights of stairs. Whew. I need to get some food, man. I need to get something in me. I don't know what the hell we're gonna have to eat in Madagascar, but I hope it's not fucking chicken soup. Although, I could eat some chicken soup right now. But yeah, that was a hike. So I'm gonna let you guys go. I'm out of breath. I need to do some research. God bless you. I'm gonna give you guys a little tour of some Ethiopian food. Let's see what we got here. I've never eaten Ethiopian food. We gotta eat here, huh? Hi, sir. Is it at the bar? Thank you, sir.
What do you like to have, sir?
What's that?
What do you like to have?
Oh, I'm not sure. Do you have a menu?
Okay. One black tea.
Oh, thank you, sir. Oh, wow. How nice is that? Let's see what we got here.
Black tea. And one cappuccino. Coffee.
Oh. So we'll do a Pepsi. Beef pasta, that Burby ice cream and pudding is definitely coming with us. nachos is mine, dude. Okay. All right, so check this out. Can you guys see what we're looking at there? These nachos look fantastic. Hey, can I get a Pepsi? And then I'm gonna do the, can I add, is there any way I can add meat to that? Yes. Ground beef? So guys, these are the nachos we just got to smash on here. Little ice cold Pepsi, nachos, fresh food for the first time in 2 weeks. I'm so excited.
We would know virtually nothing about what's going on at our southern border were it not for independent journalists and grassroots filmmakers.
Ryan Matta, he's the investigative journalist behind ThisIsTreason.com.
Ryan Matta and his team, his editing team, created what I believe is a unicorn, never to be seen, has never been seen and will never be seen again.
But he released it, it's called What is Treason? Trafficked.
It is the most powerful piece of filmmaking I have ever seen.
By the way, was really well done.
If everybody were to watch a documentary, What is Treason? #trafficked, if everybody watched that, all 300 plus million Americans, Trump would win like this. I don't know why it's not the #1 issue. Every time I come back from an operation, I'm just like incensed when I read the news, like what made the headlines. The headlines every day should be, millions of kids are enslaved and the United States is driving the market with their policies.
My work revolves around rescuing trafficked children. The only way to combat this evil is sunlight. We must expose the system that allows these monsters to stay hidden in the shadows. America is the #1 consumer of child, and we have more agents working in the PR department at every FBI field office than we do hunting down these predators who are selling child porn on the internet. I wonder why America is the #1 consumer of child.
It is as sinister as it gets. People buying or selling children for
an awful situation now.
To really drive this fact home, last year Alex Rosen, one man, was able to expose 248 pedophiles. The entire FBI only arrested 1,408, meaning one man with the right resources could take down more pedophiles than the entire FBI. This is why I need your support. I've dedicated the last 3 years of my life to exposing this evil. Over the past 8 months, I've released 6 full-length Netflix quality documentaries showing how the United States government is running the world's largest government-sponsored, taxpayer-funded child trafficking syndicate. I cashed out $100,000 of my 401k to undertake this mission, turning me into the most censored filmmaker in America. I am permanently banned on LinkedIn, demonetized on 3 YouTube channels, had 3 Instagram accounts deleted, lost 2 Twitter accounts, and I'm on my 12th TikTok account. The censorship industrial complex has cut off every source of funding that I could use to generate income. I placed my first film behind a paywall. We made over $125,000 in sales, but the film didn't reach the masses. I need to give these films away for free to wake up the masses and save these children. It was God who sent me on this mission. Now I'm asking you for help to continue God's mission. Please visit givesendgo.com/Ryan Matta Films and support this cause. For $100,000, we can continue to operate for an entire year producing 4 more documentaries. For $1 million, my voice would become so loud that I could force this administration to undertake radical reform and bring home over 50% of the kidnapped children in America.
We know that there was upwards to over 300,000 children that were lost.
During the Biden administration, HHS became a collaborator in child trafficking and for sex and for slavery.
Leave it to your boy, doing what your boy does best, and running late. But those nachos were so worth it. Man, it was so cool getting to so that's like what, the second or third person that actually spoke English that you could have a conversation with. The guy's name was Alex, and he's from Brazil. So we started talking a little bit about politics. Started talking a little bit about Trump. Sorry, this thing's getting so loose. I need to find a damn Allen wrench. So yeah, we started talking about Trump. Started talking about politics. And he was saying that, he goes to Bangkok like 4 times a year. He said, yeah, my girls are everywhere. I said, yeah, and he's like, you've been to the Philippines, and where you been? I'm saying, I'm going to Madagascar. Here's, why. We want to track down these child traffickers, or these child prostitution rings that are ran basically by the local law enforcement, right? Like, you go to Bangkok, and child prostitution is literally non-existent. They'll have the one girl's out there that looks like she's 8, but she's really of age. But no kids kids were 100% off limits. Even anybody under the age of 20, it's how old you have to be out there in Bangkok. So we're gonna go to Pawtucket next. We're gonna go down there for the Sorkin festival, which is like this giant super soaker. Everybody in every village, in every city, in every town wants to go to this event. And I cannot wait to go. It's gonna be off the hook. I think that's great. I never have any problems. I mean, yeah, you should watch out for vaping down here. I vaped everywhere. All right, guys, we just made it to Madagascar. It's gonna be a wild trip, so hopefully you guys are ready for it. All right, guys, we made it. Just getting off the flight, and we got to go through customs.
Because they have, non-official taxis before we come to you.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll give you a ride.
I give you a ride, and so just get an official taxi. It's a bit more expensive. It's better.
Okay, yeah, no.
It's safer, at least.
No, I'm all about safety here. I do some crazy things, so Mexico's kind of the same way.
Now they clamp down on these people who are, trying to get the
tourists.
Yeah, they clamp down on these people now.
And should I always no U.S. dollars out there, right? Make sure I get enough currency lasting every day.
Yeah. Or if you've got a card, you can withdraw in all the banks.
Oh, okay.
Just put the card and withdraw local currency from the ATM.
Okay.
So that's a good option. General cards gives you a good rate as well.
Okay.
I think it's sometimes better than manually exchanging notes.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I tend to notice that when traveling.
So that might be the most intense customs I've ever gone through. There were so many people there. I don't know what else to say. Do we need our record a little bit more just to kind of give you guys the tour of the airport, baggage claim? But it's just a baggage claim at an airport, so we're gonna wait for our bags, and I'm gonna let my phone charge. It's at like 74%. I'm an idiot. It came unplugged, and yeah, some beautiful nuns here. I love seeing. All right, so if you look around me, right, I got this luggage here, and I'm trying to basically prevent myself from pulling out this wad of money, which is a lot, and trying to count it here in front of everybody. So I want to do my best to put this cash into a back pocket of this bag. I'm not doing a very good job at it. I just need to see, like, how much do I have here? 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 82. All right, we'll keep 220,000 on us. I don't even know what these denominations are into. We took out 1 point. All right, we got everything safely tucked away. I feel like I can go use the bathroom really quick. And then we should be good to roll. I'm gonna take off my headphones, put these shit in my bag so I don't look too flawny. So I've eaten pizza now in pretty much every country I've gone to, and this might be interesting to say the least. So let's see what we got going on here. It reminds me of like a little bit of like a Lunchables bread, some type of sauce, some mozzarella, and some American cheese. No, they're cold. Oh. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right, that's cold. We're not eating that. I wish you guys could see me eating it. Sorry, I should have showed you. That was brutal. Brutal. I'm gonna smash this. Let's get out of here. Okay. So this is much better. Some type of apple Danish cappuccino. We're gonna carb load again. So we ate a donut and a cinnamon roll for breakfast. Yeah, we ate at that bar. Where did we get the bar? Oh, nachos. The nachos bomb. Ethiopian nachos are up there. I mean, that thing was fantastic. I don't even need salsa on it. And I don't even need American food without salsa. So it's really good. So I'm ready to lose my gosh damn mind right now. I don't know what the fuck is going on here. I've been at this airport for I can't tell you how long. Like literally, we were just sitting. I was at the table there. You guys saw me, and I was getting ready to leave. How do I know what a legit taxi is? I was just a simple fucking. They have a badge on. They have an orange thing on their car. Would have been great. I would have gotten a taxi, but she said, no, let my husband, as his company, he come get you, no problem. I said, okay, sure. 10 minutes. Dude, an hour went fucking by. To the point where I was like, listen, sweetie, I'm going to wait here for 5 more minutes and then I got to go. I have to leave. And now, like, she gets me in the car. I've been here for another fucking 20 minutes and I want to go, dude. This is literally insane to me. I'm waiting for, literally, I'm going to count to 100. 98, 99, 100. All right, dude, I'm getting the fuck out of this car. I'm getting my shit. I'm going to get a fucking taxi. This is insane to me, dude. All right, guys, we made it. All right. You ready? So, this is the town of Madagascar. Looks a lot like Dar es Salaam, but more crowded. I should have got a normal taxi. Oh, wow, yeah, there's a lot of houses there. Said not to have my phone basically by an open window, keep the doors locked because people will come up if they see your phone and snatch it. What's crazy is out of all the languages that in all the countries I've been to, when you use the translator app, the language that translates the best is actually Thai. Like when I wanted to have a conversation with somebody, if I used the translator app, it instantly knew exactly what I was trying to say. When I use any other app or any other language, it seems to be like it's insane. Like they can't wrap their heads around it. So specifically Spanish and then Swahili was like a different level. And you can see why you go to countries. And I think that, English is the most common at every, so you see Thai in English, you'll see Spanish in English, in Swahili in English, or halali, which is like another version of Swahili. You have 2 languages there. And it was those applications that, or those languages. So every airport, every city, it always this in English, this in English, this in English. And I don't know if that's because English is like the tourists, the people that travel speak English, or it's like the most common used language. But yeah, that's it. And then you can see parts of this town out over here. And I assume that water is all contaminated. Yeah, you can see people bathing in it. There's the police national. Some type of local agriculture. And that's what they were saying is that they've de-industrialized the agriculture here, which means you have a bunch of small independent farmers. You don't have any, and I'm sure they probably have some, but not a ton of large-scale farming operations. And if you don't have those, how do you produce enough? And that's crazy. So those are the homemade bricks that I've been talking about, which it seems like they just get clay and they kind of mold it into the shape of a brick. They probably use some type of template, and then they literally build their houses out of brick. And then you see the people out there working in the farms. You see the cattle out there grazing. And I believe out of the 48,000 miles of road systems that they have created here, only 5,000 are actually paved. Which, think about how much it costs to put in a road in, maybe $1 million bucks. I have to go pee so bad. I see the traffic's really bad, so we're just gonna kind of hang out here and sit and wait. So for $1 US is 4,385. So $5 is roughly 21,000. Madagascar's mercies, I believe is what they call them. And the gentleman that I was sitting on the airplane with was telling me that the currency here 6 months ago, it was 48,000. And now it's 43,000. Which doesn't make any sense, because then it would be going in favor of their currency. Which, let me check the chart on that and see where we're at. No. Are you, young man? I just gave to him. I just gave to him. Sorry. I gave my only one to him. I just gave my only one to him. I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Nerves. Okay, that's it. No more. It's so that 10,000 is like $2, and that's how the traffickers work. Because they'll come up, those little girls. What was she saying? What was she saying? And what was she saying? The little girl. What did she say? The little girl, what did she say? The little girl. Oh, never mind. What language do you speak? Wow. I feel so bad for those kids. It's sad. By the hundreds. There's tons of them. Tons of them. And you see they run along the car trying to and no English. No understand. This is crazy. I've never seen anything like this. crazy part is a lot of the times the kids actually work for a trafficker. So they're being forced to be out here. And then when you give them money, you know, that money's not actually going to the kid, it's going to the adult that they work for. And they all have quotas and they have to hit a certain amount. And then they get protection or whatever in exchange for that. You guys welding over there? Poverty levels are absolutely crazy around here. I wish I had the ability to get some internet so I could upload some of this shit and back up some of my content. It's the first time I've ever been out with just my cell phone. And I got my hidden camera as well, so we got to back up. I got 2 cell phones, so I could use my other cell phone, which actually isn't a bad idea right now. I could keep one for filming, one for talking. But the camera is so much better on the 16 Pro Max, it's like night and day. So given the opportunity, and you just see these little kids out here walking around. All of them. That was crazy. I've never seen that many. And that's leaving the airport, so they know. That poor little child. Just trying to feed himself. Prevention. Oh, here you go. I see another one over here. Oh, sorry. I don't have. I had no money. No money. It's so sad. Out in traffic, no parents, don't have any money. Sorry. It's really like some sort of sky train system that can take you across the entire city. It looks. So I assume it's 105,000 a month, 95,000. Alright guys, I'm going to save some battery. We got a long ride, it's going to be 50 minutes, so I will update you guys when we get there. So, because I've been in Tanzania and having to learn Swahili, it didn't give me much time to learn French. So we got French, Thai, Swahili. You can see what we're looking at here. It's pretty crazy out there. You see people on bikes everywhere. And they're also not, armed robbery is a serious thing here. So, I don't know if they have trash disposal or if it's just burn bins.